Hi, my name is Cynthia. Today I'm going to be talking about parrots, one of my passions. The topic today is going to be foods, and I talked about parrot foods before. Sorry about my parrot in the background. But I'm going to go over specifically a little bit more about ones that are good and bad. Now, I already told you bad ones are avocados. Don't have avocados in your house if you can, because I know people love them, but you could give them by mistake to your parrot and kill them because they will die almost instantly from avocados. Don't give them chocolates. Don't give them milk if you can avoid it, because it can cause diarrhea in them, and you don't want that to happen, believe me. But something that's really great is like bell peppers. When you get vegetables that are larger, you can chop them up, but try not to chop them up too small. It's according to the size of your parrot. If you got a parakeet, cockatiel, those lovebirds, you need to chop them up a little bit finer. But when you have a larger bird, give them larger pieces, because they enjoy eating the larger pieces. Now you might find out though that they only take a couple bites and then throw it down on the ground, but that's part of being a parrot. In the wild, when they're up in the trees, they never come down on the ground unless they're dead or dying. But if they're up in a tree, they eat vegetables that they find in the tree, and they usually only just take a couple bites out of them and throw them down to the ground. And what that does, it helps the other animals in the forest because they eat those up. So it's not a waste. But in your house, it can be a waste. And they are a little expensive now. But if they throw them on the bottom of the cage, hopefully you can grab them before they poop on them, or they land on any poop, and you can put them back in their dish. But obviously you don't want to put them back if they got dirt on them. So leave them in larger pieces if you can. Now, a wonderful thing to have, they love mangoes, which we like mangoes too. Squash. They love squash. And if you can, you're going to want to give them squash. Another thing they like, sweet potatoes. I like to chop them into slices and give them the slices. And they absolutely love sweet potatoes. Now, the thing that's important about these vegetables, don't cook them. Don't cook them if you can avoid it. Because in the wild, they eat things that are not cooked. And they like it better that way. And they don't spoil as fast as when they're cooked. So give them uncooked sweet potatoes. You want to wash them though on the outside and make sure they don't have any pesticides on them if you can avoid it. But give them slices of them. Same thing with potatoes, but sweet potatoes are a little better than regular potatoes. Another thing, papayas, they do like papaya. And cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, again, you can give them larger pieces of that. What else here? Oh, I like to give celery to my parrots. But celery has no nutritional value in them, basically water. But they love eating celery. And again, wash them if you can, wash them down and give them larger pieces of them, and they like the celery. Same thing with carrots. They love carrots. I don't even I don't scrape the outside of the carrots. I give them the carrots whole. If you buy them fresh when they're not even finished off, they love them. But wash them down, rinse them down very good. And if you have small birds, obviously you want to chop them into smaller pieces. But the larger birds, they like the larger pieces. So you can give them the larger pieces of the carrots, and they love them. Oranges. Oranges are wonderful for vitamin A and D, and they do need their vitamins. So, and again, I would not take the outside of the orange off. They don't, I didn't research that. I always take the outside of the orange off before I give it to them. Same thing with lemons. Lemons, I don't give them with the skin on. I take the skin off. But you can give them the larger pieces, and they love those things. Asparagus are a nice green vegetable to give them, and wash them down again. And you don't have to chop them up real fine, but for small birds like cockatiels, I would chop them up a little bit. Coconut's good for them. They like coconut, but don't give them the coconut milk if you can avoid it, because milk does have, they can have diarrhea from milk, so you should stay away from that. Kiwis are another vegetable or fruit that they love and adore. I've never had a kiwi, but I have friends that give their birds kiwis, and they say they love them. Now, peas are great. So are pears. They love pears. Now, getting back to foods that prepare them. What is a really good way to get food and veggies into them is to buy canned or frozen fruits and veggies. Now, you don't have to cook them. Just defrost them and bring them out. And if they're in a can, of course, you rinse it. You take them out of the can and you warm them up a little bit. And you can do it in a microwave. I wouldn't make them real hot, but microwaves tend to make it hot right away, and then it cools down real fast. So you got to be careful when you give things that are microwaved to them. But that's a real good way to give inexpensively, provide food and vegetables and fruits to your parrots by having them frozen and defrosting them. And I use that quite a bit, and it's very easy. Another food that they like are pumpkins and pineapples. Pineapple's wonderful. Strawberries, zucchini. All of those I've given them to my parrots, and they absolutely love them. Now, a lot of people have been, in my bird community, have been giving them sprouted seeds. You sprout them yourself, and you can get online and find out how to do that. And it's one of the most natural and best ways to give them seeds, and they get most of their vitamins and minerals from them. Chia seeds are wonderful too, but if you can and have the time, sprout your seeds yourself, and they will love them, and they chop them right down. I've never tried it, a little bit too much work for me, but one of these days I'm going to try it, and I'm sure they're going to love them. And it's the best thing, one of the best things you can ever do for your parrot is give them those. Well, I hope that give you a good idea about some foods. I know I did another video on them too, but this is a little more specific. If you got something out of this, give me a thumbs up. If you want more information, I got plenty of other things on parrots and other topics. Subscribe to my channel. I usually try to download on a Monday, and I'm starting to do it on Thursday too. So come back and visit with me, okay? Thanks for coming. Bye now.